Yes, sirree. I'm not freaking blind, guys. It's Gweilo style.
I think it's Thursday.
You could die.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Geez, you know.
Oh yeah, because it goes on and on and on. For all you haters, there's something to chew on for the next couple of... Welcome back to the Gweilo 60 channel, and again I'm driving around the big city of Nanjing, China. We're about an hour and a half from the Chinese border with Vietnam. We're about an hour and a half from the South China Sea, the city of Beihai. And yes, I do spend a lot of time just cruising around looking at things. It's a different world here. She thought I'd probably just run over her, but no, I'm not like that. One of the things you'll notice is so many small little shops sort of everywhere. You've got the weird vehicles, stuff that you don't see in the Western world so much, especially these little three-wheelers. The e-bikes are just crazy amounts here, you know. The different types of vehicles too, like as far from BYD, Build Your Dreams. Yes, that's the name of a car company here. You still have the BMWs, the Fords, the Maseratis and the Rolls Royces and the Hondas and whatever, but most of the vehicles sold here in China are Chinese-made vehicles from Chinese companies, and you know, even the Western vehicles are. Even the Western vehicles are made here in China under different types of agreements with Chinese factories and stuff like that. Haven't seen a homeless person all day. Go figure. You get on the Western media YouTube channels and they're talking about, oh yeah, well, this guy went downstairs and he saw 3 or 4 homeless people on his street in the middle of the night type thing. And yeah, that does happen very seldom in very few places here in China, but it does happen. But they're trying to make it sound like that's a bad thing. Well, I guess it is for the 3 or 4 homeless people, but when you look at the Western world, where you get into a place like Nanaimo on Vancouver Island that's got, I don't know, 100,000 people, and holy smokes, they've got, I think, 600 or 700 homeless people in the city. Like, you know, it's like night and day with the numbers. But again, you get into that sort of that propaganda shit that keeps going back and forth between the West and China, trying to make China, demonize them, make them look bad in the eyes of the rest of the world, well, as bad as you can, because like when you look at how they actually are as compared to the Western world, well, it's night and day. Sure, there are good and bad in both areas of the world. You know, in China here, you're still a developing country. You've still got you know, not extreme poverty, but you do have poverty. The farming, the rural areas of China are much poorer than the urban areas, much poorer than the urban areas. There's not as much amenities. You know, the education facilities, the schools aren't as good. They don't have the high standards of the cities. The hospitals aren't to the grade. The roads, the mass transportation, all of that lacks in the rural areas of China, but they're working on it, and sooner or later they'll get there. Then you look at the West, and you know, they've had a high standard of living for a number of years, and you know, decades actually, and they seem like they're on the decline now, where paved roads that used to be paved roads are now gravel roads. You've got the healthcare system is breaking down. You can't get a family doctor. You know, it's Canadian doctors are promoting medically assisted suicide as a treatment. Well, fuck that shit, you know what I mean? Oh, but in the United States, it's so expensive that unless you've got a good insurance plan, you're pooched. You get into the UK or Australia, well, you're waiting for years to get some tests done. So like, it's one of those things. The educational facilities are getting worse. You've seen the inner city schools with the gangs and all of that other stuff. You've seen it all. Well, see, so when you look at China as a developing country and see the rural areas they're a little poorer and don't have the facilities and whatever, and then you look at what the United States is in their big cities, you'd rather the people are moving to rural United States where there isn't as much facilities like there are in the cities, and they're doing it to get away from the crime and the bullshit that they have to put up with in their cities. So yeah, when you look at it that way, maybe China is a better place to live, especially if you're in the city. But then again, it all depends on what you like too, because when I go to Bobai and hang out in the country and stuff, well, actually Wei Fong and I are buying a place down there too here in the next little bit, just because her mom is buried there, and every year we go down there and do the grave sweeping, and we've had to bum off family and stuff like that for a place to sleep. So we're going to build a little place down there just for that 1 week a year. It's but it's not very expensive. It's just one of those things. But I sort of like it in the rural areas, because you got the rice paddies, you got the farming community has a better sort of outlook on the world, a slower pace. It's okay to get up, have breakfast, so go play cards with your friend, have a couple shots of baijiu, a couple of beers, and then go for dinner. You know what I mean? Like they don't judge. In the city, well, you got to go to work, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's just like, all of those rules and regulations sort of suck big time. So I would, the older I get, the less I want to be under the gun and have to do a whole bunch of things. Yeah, so that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Still cruising down the street. I got a big bus crawling on my ass, so I should try to go a little bit quicker. It's during the day. Everything is basically closed down, because I think we're looking at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's coming into the hottest time of the day. So most people just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go have a Chinese siesta," and they go home or whatever and have a sleep till just before 3 o'clock. Then they get up and away they go again. That's something different that you don't see in the West either. They take usually from I think 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the afternoon off, but then they work later. Yep. That's a hybrid bus. It's gas and electricity, but you've got a lot of those big buses there that are only electricity now in the city of Nanjing, which is sort of good. And then they got these smaller ones, because the subway's taking a lot of the people off the streets, off the buses. So they've got a lot of smaller buses too that cruise around, and they're all totally electric. They're all brand new. They look like big plastic buses. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, and that's part of cruising down the street is just witnessing everything that goes on around, the different people, the different types of vehicles, the different shops. Just just the stuff that you witness every day in China. It's all sort of new, and that's why I make these videos where I drive around. So you can turn, if you want to, you can just turn my voice off and just watch what goes on down the streets. These street people, the sweepers, they're out here 6 o'clock in the morning cleaning up. These little carts here, those are for garbage. They're trimming the trees. You know, this is China, guys and girls. Anyway, that's another video from Gweilo 60 on the streets of Nanjing. Once again, if you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, put a couple bucks on the Patreon account, tell your friends. We're over 95,000 subscribers now, and moving towards 100,000, so it'd be nice to get that 100,000. Been at it for a long time. You know, show me some love, guys. Until next time, that's another video from Gweilo 60. Until next time, peace out. Bye now.